Yo, what's up? We back. Another episode of Whispering to Your Soul. I'm your host, King Jaquell Martin, and I am here with the amazing, talented Deon Westbrook. This man is an artist, a business owner, multiple businesses, club owner, and guess what? Most importantly, he's also a veteran. Welcome to the show, brother.
Thank you for having me, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Letting me come to the show, talk my shit.
Ha!
Get it.
Tell little people about yourself a little bit.
Well, shit, man. Got a lot of stuff going on right now. It's been a long time coming, but you know how it is in this world. You definitely got to have many different income streams.
Yeah.
And so I definitely been just grinding lately, trying to put my head down and get to work. So, like you said, on a couple business, part owner of a club in downtown San Diego, or Gaslamp, San Diego, I should say.
Okay.
On the business out here, Santa Clarita area, called Preferred Glass and Windows, where we help, we build doors, custom shutters, windows, mirrors, custom windows, etching, different things that we do for commercial and residential neighborhoods. So
Okay.
I've been doing real estate for 19 years.
It's
So I help
amazing.
people get qualified to, I do home loans, so not real estate agent, but I do the financing part.
Okay.
So, I love doing that because it's another way for me to give back to my people and teach them how to build generational wealth.
Yes.
At the end of the day, teach them about financial literacy, credit, all these big things that keep people that look like us
Right.
away from building wealth and, bridging the gap
Love that.
from us and other people, other ethnicities for sure. So,
Also, what's up with the club? What's the name of the club?
claim the club is called Purple Space. So it's in Gaslamp, San Diego, 531 F Street.
Okay.
So
Lady.
we just got it going. You've been there already. You see
Yeah,
the
it was a
vibes.
vibe. It was a
See the
vibe.
vibes.
That part.
So definitely different.
Okay, so you said you also do music. Talk to us about your music.
Yeah. No, so it's crazy. I've always done or had music in my soul. You know what I mean? I always used to write poetry and sing and shit like that and rap. I never went to a studio.
Okay.
And it just so happened that one of my real estate clients was an artist, and I used to play around and do like real estate rap. So take well-known songs and flip them to something that's real estate wise.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then I would post it. So I let him hear a couple of them just playing around and stuff like that. He was like, "Hey man, he's actually pretty good." He's like, "You ever thought about like getting in the studio and actually doing some real music?" And I was like, "You know what? I never did. I used to always write and stuff and write raps and stuff like that, but I never put it out. I never went to a studio and actually did it." He's like, "Man, fuck it, let's roll. Let's go to the studio, play around with something."
Yeah.
So, we went to the studio one day, connected with another artist, and one night we made a track, and I've been hooked ever since, man. So
Yeah.
It's been about a year and a half, 2 years since I started, but I got about probably 12, 15 tracks. I'm about to start dropping. It's about to go crazy. So,
Well, first of all, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And it's crazy how one person can see something about you that you might not see in yourself.
Absolutely.
And it could change the whole trajectory of how you're moving. You know what I mean? Shout out to John Leslie Brown, Les Brown's son. I got to rock out with him, and he took me to my first studio session. And shout out to Philip and Jaquell. I made my first track. You know what I mean? I was just speaking because I do motivational speaking.
I
so
love the track. I heard it the other day.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely
So
gonna be in a movie for
I
sure.
did this track called "Am I in a Domestic Violent Relationship with America?" I can't wait for y'all to hear that. It's coming real soon. We're gonna put a nice little movie behind it just because the song has so many layers to it. I think y'all really gonna enjoy it. Definitely should be something life changing.
It's gonna go viral.
Yeah.
I can tell you already.
That part.
It's a vibe.
So you also were a veteran. Talk to me about
Yes.
how was it to serve in the military? Because I used to serve in the military. So talk to
I was
us
in the
about your
Marine
military.
Corps, so
Well, I was in the real military, the army.
we did things a little different.
Yeah,
over here.
no, they're a little crazy
Thank you
over
for your
there.
service,
You know
bro.
what I
I
mean?
appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you for your craziness. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Nah, I was in the Marine Corps. You know how we do. We don't
Ooh, raw. It's really whore. That's what it really is. It's whore.
Yeah.
Now, talk to us about how was it to serve and protect your country?
Man, it was definitely an honor, man. I love the experience that I got, the knowledge that I got, the discipline that I got. That's really part of what built the person I am today.
Okay.
And the hard work and everything that was instilled in me allowed me to push myself to know that, hey, I can handle doing all these different things, owning multiple businesses, real estate, and being part of a real estate organization where I'm vice president of San Diego Chapter 2. So all these different avenues and things I got going on, the military is what showed me what hard work looks like.
Right.
You know what I mean? You have to
Definitely.
get up every day early, grind, do what you got to do. And you work hard, you play hard too at the end of the day too.
Talk your talk. You know what I mean?
And I was in Marine Corps for 4 years.
Okay.
Loved it. Got to experience, go to different places throughout the world. Was in Japan for Okinawa, Japan for a year. Got to go
Okinawa's
to
a
different
vibe.
places. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
definitely a vibe back in the day. You'd be surprised. I was
Yeah,
so
yeah.
surprised when I got there. How
Hey,
Americanized
listen.
they was.
Hey, listen.
It
If
was
you don't
crazy.
know about Okinawa, you better get familiar. You hear me?
It was a vibe for sure. I couldn't believe it. I was there.
Listen.
I'm aged myself, but 20 years ago.
Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all
Look.
something real quick. It's almost like a mental orgasm when you travel.
Yeah.
Because you're able to see the world from perspectives that you've never seen it before. And we have this prison of our thought process because sometimes the only environment that you know is America or an American way. But when you're able to experience the world from a different culture's perspective and you're actually open without judgment, you'll learn so much more, you know what I mean? And it takes your mindset to a whole nother frequency. So shout out to being able to travel and see different things in the world.
Yeah. And also to add to that too, I think we get trapped into the box of what we see on TV.
Yep.
So when we see what another place in the world looks like
Yeah.
and how it's portrayed on TV, you think,
Yeah.
oh man, it's all nice and super. Everywhere you go is this, okay. You
Yeah,
get there, you're
yeah.
gonna find out they got their ghettos just like I'm from Oakland, so we know what the ghetto looks like.
Right.
But when you get to places like Okinawa and Hawaii and all these other different locations throughout the world where all you see is palm trees and beautiful weather, then you start realizing that's not what it's like everywhere.
Yeah,
Everywhere got a ghetto. You heard that
look.
before.
Or
Everywhere
the
got a
commercials
ghetto.
is 188 save Africa, and they got
Yeah,
them
right?
fly on their eye, blink, but Africa is rich. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Africa is beautiful.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So don't believe everything the
Everything you see.
television television
media.
tells you. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So you said something earlier, right? That how the military helped you become more disciplined, so that way you can handle multiple businesses and things like that, right? Because you weren't always this way.
No.
Okay. So what advice would you give the younger Deon?
Shoot.
Yeah.
I'd give the younger me,
Yeah.
invest in Bitcoin. Let's start there.
Don't miss that train. Don't miss the train.
Look, the crazy part is somebody hit me up about Bitcoin when it was only $700
Yeah.
a coin. They was like, you need to buy 2 or 3 of these.
Yeah.
It's going to go crazy. Watch. I was like, man, I don't know nothing about that. I ain't buying nothing. I ain't about to spend a couple $1,000s on something I never heard of before.
Yeah.
Shit. I should have listened, man.
Bro, listen.
It would have been up.
I was like 19 going into the Army, and I was on my way to Fort Benning, and I was at the airport, and this dude was like, yo, you need to get into the stock. Let me teach you stock. This ain't it. And I'm like, stock? But I'm from the hood. I don't know nothing about stock. You know what I mean? That wasn't a language that I spoke. So I didn't listen to the opportunity of what he was telling me, and I missed out on so much, yo. Like, please don't be narrow-minded. Please be open to different things that you've never participated in, because if you want different things in your life, you have to be willing to do different.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's it. Invest. Learn about investing stocks and how the stock market works. Stock market works, because it doesn't take that much to get in, but once you get in, then you can start building upon that.
Yeah.
So that's something. Start doing at an early age. You could be in your teens and become a millionaire if you hit on something.
Yeah.
But it also takes time to build, so don't be afraid to play a long game.
Yeah.
Invest in real estate. You know, when I was a young Marine, if I knew what I knew now, I'll probably have 5, 6, 7 plus properties at this point in time.
Right.
Understanding how home ownership works, especially using your VA loan and stuff like that, where you can buy with no money down, all these different things. So learning about how different ways you can buy a home and start building real estate at an early age to set yourself up for generational wealth for your family, your kids. I'm trying to build a legacy right now. So
not trying, you're building.
There you go.
Either you do it or you don't. Yeah.
I'm gonna always never be there. That's
Right.
my motto too.
Wait, time out. Flag on the play, 15-yard penalty for dropping the gym. I'm gonna need you to bring that back for the people, so that way they can hear exactly what you said, because what you just said was beautiful, bro. It was powerful. Can you please say that statement again?
I'm gonna always never be there. So no matter what, you gotta always keep on pushing to hit the next goal and figure out how you can get to the next level. Once you get to a certain level, so once you make your first $10,000 in a month, once you make your first $100,000 per year, your first million or whatever, you gotta keep figuring out what that next level is.
That's how you stay hungry. In your growth, I was man, you just stole my thunder. I was about to say, in your growth, people are hungry, but how do you stay humble?
Got to,
in your growth.
You gotta, for one, I'm act like I'm broke, even though I'm not. So be smart about how you spend money and treat people with respect, no matter who they are, whether it's the janitor to the CEO.
Yeah.
To me, that's something that I learned a long time ago too.
Yeah.
Like, treat everybody with respect. Like, I really hate when I come around people that have a lot of money and they look down on people. They talk to me like, you know who I am? You probably never ever gonna hear them words come out of my mouth ever. it's all about respect. You never know who this person might become,
Right.
who they related to, who they know that some kind of way could be connected to a business you might need. And all it took for them to say, "Oh, that person treated me like trash," you might have lost $1 million opportunity somewhere.
Yeah.
And so I feel like treating people with respect, no matter who they are, whether it's the help or the owner, I think that goes a long way. And be
Like-
humble about what you have as well too. You know, you don't got to be out there boasting and talking trash and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you about something, you got motion, people gonna recognize it and they're gonna see it without you having to speak on it. So.
My grandmother always taught me that respect will take you places money can't.
Absolutely.
And you never know where someone's going to be, because I remember being young in this acting industry, and I remember going to Central Castings. Shout out to Central Castings. Central Castings is a place where if you want to do background work, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I started off doing background work, I never looked at myself as a background actor. I looked at myself as this is an opportunity to understand the machine. But how I carried myself on set, I was always wanting to know what other people were doing. If I wanted to be a lead actor, how do the leads conduct themselves? What are they doing? And I always made sure that I was mad respectful, because there's a difference between being authentic and being fake. You know what I mean? Because people could tell when you're faking it. But when you have a genuine interest and when you're genuinely happy and you genuinely are invested in what someone else is doing, because everybody loves themselves, you know what I'm saying? I believe that opens up more doors, because people want to work with people they like. You know
Like
what I
and
mean?
love. That's what
You know
I
what I
always
mean?
say.
And
People like and love.
here's a gem for y'all. Don't just talk to someone on set because you want something from them. A beautiful thing to do is, if it's their anniversary, I just want to say happy anniversary, happy birthday. Hey, I'm just checking in on you. I'm just sending you positive energy and good vibes. It's the little things that
humbleness.
separate the big things. And when you're being genuine and bro, hold on. Time out. 15-yard penalty. Let's go back to how we even met. You know what I mean? Because people will be surprised in how we became friends and how respect and healthy competition. Almost 20 years later, we can say, let's just throw out 20
like
years.
that.
You know what I'm saying? 20 years later that we became friends and we're here right now. So
Rose turn.
we met on, how did we meet? I'll let you tell the story from your
We met
perspective.
online gaming, playing Call of Duty,
Yeah.
NBA 2K, Madden, all that good
Yeah.
stuff.
Of course, I used to win all the time. It's just what I do. You know what I
It's
mean?
his show, so I'm gonna let him have that moment. But
No.
People
We used
know.
to
If you know,
battle.
you know.
Hey, we used to battle. You know what I'm talking about? Look me up. But we used to always just talk trash on the game, and we had a lot of fun. But outside of just talking trash, we used to have some dope, healthy
Deep
conversations. You know
about
what I'm
life.
saying?
Yep.
And I was like, "Yo, I'm taking my little dude to SeaWorld." He was like, "Oh, say let's pull up on me." I said, "Wait, what?" He said, "Pull up." So I think this is when you were working at the bank.
Yeah.
Yeah, pulled up to San Diego. He was working at the bank. Show love, show mad respect. Got to meet your people. You got to meet my people, or whatever else. Stayed in contact. And I was like, yo, if you're ever in LA, pull up. I got you. It's nothing. You know what I mean? And so it's been a mutual respect of just pulling up, you know what I'm saying, and showing respect and love. And even in the midst of when he's doing what he's doing, there's a famous quote by Kobe Bryant. May he rest in power and love, hero to me. He said, friends come and go, but championship banners hang forever. And if you're working on your championship and I'm working on my championship, then we know we can't hang out all the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
But when we do get the opportunity to hang out, we'll have more to talk about, because you could talk about your championship banner in your life. I could talk about my championship banner in my life, and we can still check in on each other while we're doing the work.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And I feel like that is why our friendship has blossomed. You know what I mean? We both went from being veterans, and now you're doing all these different things. I'm acting, directing, having a podcast, dropping a
All
book.
kind of stuff.
So it doesn't, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter where you start. It matters where you choose to finish. Where you choose to finish, because every day that you wake up is a choice in what you want to do, where you want to go. And if you have an opportunity in your life, and if you're not liking where you are, I'm going to give you a suggestion. Check the game tape of your life. Check the game tape of your life. You know what I mean? And the beautiful thing about checking the game tape of your life is you'll be able to see all the beautiful flaws that you've had. And you'll be able to learn from that. See, making a mistake isn't a bad thing. Making a mistake isn't a learning opportunity, so that way you can produce something different. So if you like life has an algorithm, like TikTok or Instagram, it has algorithms. You know what I'm saying? If you put something in the search engine, so life has an algorithm, and you are where you are right now in your life perfectly. How can I prove that? Look at all the choices that you made yesterday. And if you don't like your today, then you need to change your choices of yesterday so you can create something new.
Absolutely.
So transitioning from that, some of your choices of yesterday, what's something that you had to unlearn as a kid, you know what I mean, to put yourself in a position to transform your life and change your life? Because we've all had different storms that we've been through. What's one of your storms what does it look like? What did you have to go through and how did you get out of that sunken place?
Yeah, I'll be real with you. I learned at a very young age that one of the biggest things I learned is that life is short. Like, you never promised tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I lost my father plus a couple other family members at 16 to a car accident.
I'm gonna take a moment of silence for them.
Absolutely, thank you. It's them. You know, it's them.
Yeah.
It's not just him, it's them.
No, I said them.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure, thank you. But no, I lost a lot of family members to tragic deaths.
Yeah.
And so that's all part of being humble too.
Yeah.
Because you never know when it's your time.
Right.
You know what I mean? And to lose your parent and other family members at young ages, it really wakes you up to understand that you got to treat every day like it's your last.
Man.
You know what I mean? People always ask me how I'm doing. Every time somebody asks, hey, how you doing? I'm blessed. I woke up this morning. I'm blessed. I started off the day blessed.
Yeah, me.
Somebody else didn't get to have that same
Man.
as me. So, and then after that, I always say, you know, I'm blessed, and that's what I'm gonna do with the rest of the day.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna determine how I really am.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I love
so
that.
Treat every day like it's your last, and make every day your best, and just treat everybody with love. That's why I say, to me, I love people who are humble, hungry, and they go after it, man. And you treat everybody with respect. If I see somebody like that, those are people I'm gravitating to. That's how I gravitate to you, because even though we talk major shit on the game, I could always see that you was a real one, and that you was always somebody that, you know, that would always treat other people with respect.
Yeah.
And that's why we'd have deep conversations. We talk about stuff I wouldn't talk about with hardly anybody else on the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, respect.
So you can see it. When somebody's real, you see it. Real recognize real.
Right.
And so that's how we build our relationship. But,
right.
you know, I try to keep my circle small. That's the other thing I learned, too. Keep that circle small. Find you some, you ain't got to have a whole big-ass entourage like you see on TV with all these yes men. Nah. I want me a couple of dudes that's going to be real with me. They're going to allow me to be real with each other. We're going to be there for each other when time gets rough.
Yeah.
And when they good, we're going to be there to take care of each other. We're going to bring each other up.
I love that.
You got to surround yourself with that type of circle. If they ain't like that, if they somebody's always mooching, they ain't willing to help you out when you need the help, if they got it, next.
Yeah, man.
Circle. You're no longer in the circle.
I like that.
So, you know, that's something I would tell my younger self as well, too. You know, make sure that you choose wisely, whether it be friends, family, relationships, marriage, whatever it is. You know, choose wisely. It's all going to affect your life and
that's a fact.
How you build in the future.
Speaking on that, losing somebody, right? Shout out to my mom, love you. My mom married a young man named Andre, and he was in prison. I remember being a ring bearer in prison, right? Yeah. And, you know, my mom, she had 3 kids when she was young. I was the youngest, you know, and sometimes we look at our parents as if they're supposed to have it all together. Yeah. You know what I mean? And you don't understand that until now you're in that position. Yeah. So my mom was my hero as a kid, right? And when she married this dude in prison, she went from my hero to just me being angry and mad. I didn't want to go up to the prisons. I didn't want to do prison visits and all this different type of stuff, right? I didn't want to be a ring bearer in prison, but I did it because I love my mom, right? Absolutely. So I remember talking to Andre, and he wanted to get along with me, but I wasn't open to him, right? Because you're not my dad. You're not finna tell me nothing. You're not finna take that space, right? So we used to argue all the time. I remember I got a phone call from Andre. He was like, "You grounded." Nigga, what?
He was like, yeah, okay, I'll drink to that.
I said, hold on. I'm not sure who you talking to, but nigga, you grounded. You can't go nowhere, right?
You cold-blooded for that.
Hung up the phone. Who the f he think he talking to, right? And so, fast forward, right? I was wrongfully assaulted by the police. And when we switch and someone interviews me, I'll tell that story, right? It took my mom like over $10,000 to pay for me and my ex's court cases and stuff. So it took 4 years to go to court. We were found not guilty on all charges and everything else. That's why your boy's free, right?
Absolutely.
And I was thinking about that situation, and I was like, Ma, where'd you get that $10,000 from? She said, sit down, baby. I said, I don't want to sit down. I said, you know, you know, the tone changed. The tone changed everything. You know what I'm saying? Jesse, you ever had your mama change her tone? And you know, it was real. Don't you ask me for nothing when we get in this store. You know, so the tone changed, right? I was like, yes, ma'am. So I sat down, and I knew something big was about to come out because she took a deep breath.
Yeah.
And when Andre got out of prison or whatever else, you know what I mean? Years later, they found him hanging from a basketball rim. He had lost his life. I remember going up to Virginia. I remember praying. I remember looking at the preacher praying, and he had like a smirk on his face, right? And it was just weird to me. Like his whole passing was weird to me. And I said, Mom, where'd you get that money from? She said, I got that money from Andre's death. And it messed me up. And this is why I'm so happy you said life is short. And then I'm so happy you said you'd be able to be careful who you talk to. Because the same person that I was beefing with, that I was like, you can't go nowhere, is the same person that helped me get my freedom. And now that he's gone, you know, may you rest in power and love, I'll never get a chance to tell this man, thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you for even when I was being hard-headed. Thank you when we couldn't have conversations. Thank you when I can't even have no understanding when it comes to you. Thank you for just my freedom, bro, because I fought for this country.
Amen.
10 years. And for me to be assaulted in front of my house with my ex and she got assaulted and there was nothing I could do about it, it's crazy work. But to go to court and not have the money or the legal fees to protect yourself is even worse.
It's crazy.
So the fact that, you know, God called him home, and in his sacrifice of him being called home, it happened to be the blessing to set me free. And so I advise y'all to be careful how you treat people,
Absolutely.
how you talk to people, because you never know who's going to be the blessing. Your situation might not be like my situation and Andre's situation, but you never know who's going to be where in the future.
That's facts.
And you never know who you're going to need. You don't have to, I'm not saying kiss nobody butt. I'm saying be authentic, humble, and loving, because you never know, because we went from Xbox to now you're on my show.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because you never know how the roles are going to be. And so now that he's on my show, I'm able to say, hey, bro, you can help me get my finances right. You can help me use my VA loan to get my home. Because you never know. It's a yin and yang in the balance of it, right? And that's why I'm so happy that you stated what you stated. And I pray that if anyone's going through whatever they're going through in the middle of their storms, that you realize the biggest blessings are in the storm.
Yes.
The biggest blessings are in the storm.
If it didn't kill you, you can always get stronger from it.
And not only that, it forces you to grow if you so choose to. But scientifically proven, this is scientifically proven, no storm lasts forever. And the question is, can you endure the storms of your life in order to see the rainbows?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And that's a choice, because if you really look at everything that you've been through, it was an opportunity for growth. And if you actually grew, that means you're no longer the same, because you're not conducting yourself in the same manner, which allowed you to do something different in your life, because now you're showing up in life differently. You know what I mean? So this is a question for my veterans, right?
Go ahead.
For you. Because a lot of people struggle with transitioning from the military and coming out of the military system and routine into civilian life and creating the lifestyle that they want. How did you transition from being a soldier to creating all that you're creating right now?
Oh, man. It just, honestly, I think it was more of finding things that you love doing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And honestly, either way I got into real estate actually was because of the military. It was crazy. Like I wasn't looking for a job in real estate.
Okay.
It just so happened that my real estate story, here we go. A little quick elevator story.
Very good.
So basically, I got out of the military. I was trying to find different jobs that was kind of gearing to what I was in. You know what I mean? Even though I knew in the back of my mind, it's not something I really want to do. It's gonna be boring. You know what I mean? I'm someone that likes to be. I like to. Not. I don't want. I like doing boring jobs. You know, I like jobs where I'm just sitting all day. I want to be somewhere I'm always active and something that's going to keep me.
Well, speaking of jobs,
stimulated regularly.
What was your job in the military?
I was actually I had many jobs. To be honest, my regular job was supposed to be supply warehousing. But they had me doing all kinds of stuff.
So you was a '92 Yankee?
Nah, 3052 I think it was called.
Okay. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm saying '92 because I'm Army and you were Marines. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we have different lingo, but yeah.
Yeah, because my mom, she was a supply sergeant. She did. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
But I did that, but I ended up doing a whole bunch of different things. So I was in comms at one point. I got put over there for a little bit. For whatever reason, a lot of like senior officers and or enlisted officers gravitated to me, so they kept pulling me to do different stuff. The first sergeant pulled me to drive for him.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell?
Got the little first, got the driver's badge and everything.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
I had that too.
5 tons, the Humvees. I love driving Humvees. Those are fun to drive. You never drove one? Yeah, you that type of person?
Yeah, man.
Definitely drive one.
Especially off road.
Yeah, exactly. We was wilding out for sure. When we were doing the training, that was probably the best time ever. But so yeah, no, I mean, wait, I lost my damn train of thought.
No, so you were talking about jobs, and you had a lot of different jobs in the military.
Yeah, so
how did you transition?
Yeah, they had me like comms or motor T. I was driving. That I was with comms. I was with them for a little bit, learning how to splice wires and do all this stuff and have communications back and forth with
running wires and burying wires. Yeah.
Stuff. They had me through all the S1s through S4s, the intelligent departments. So yeah, they had me all over the place, man. So I was a jack of all trades, apparently. But that's what I mean about being humble. A lot of people see that, and then people gravitate to you.
Right.
You know what I mean? People want to be around you if they feel like you're somebody trustworthy, cool, down to earth, and you're not gonna take advantage of them, and you're gonna do the right thing at the end of the day, get the job done while doing the right thing, even when they're not looking.
Okay.
So I feel like that was part of the reason why I kept getting put in certain places, and that's just in life, not even just the military.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So yeah, that's pretty much the story with that.
Okay. So let me ask you this: when it comes to your music, what type of music do you want to create, or what type of music do you create, and why?
The simplest way is grown and sexy. I like grown and sexy music. I'm tired of hearing all the twerk and all this. I don't even like saying.
Hey, look, I don't mind the twerking. I don't mind the twerking. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it 100. I actually appreciate the twerk. Yeah,
that's all you hear. I don't mind seeing it. Let's start there. I have no problem seeing it all day, every day.
Appreciate the twerkers. Appreciate all you twerkers out there. Shout out to the twerkers.
But hearing that music all day, every day, that's not. Once you get to a certain age, you know what I mean. You just want to vibe out. I'm in that vibe out era, I guess we'll call it.
And then I'm vibing out.
Sexy music, the Afro beats, R&B, hip hop. You know what I mean? I don't even really listen to real radio right now. Honestly, I listen to all my
I'm not going to lie. I'm tired of the shoot 'em up, my jewelry, this, my jewelry. I'm with you on that. But I'm not tired of the twerking. Not tired of the twerking. But
no, I didn't say seeing it. I just said hearing it.
Okay.
It's different.
I can do both. All right, go ahead.
But yeah, no. So for me, I was gonna be more R&B music. The type of music I'm making more R&B, hip hop, Afro beats. I mean, I'll go hard with it. If I need to. I got a couple of tracks. So it's always a time and place for everything. I feel like I don't want to put myself in a box. I hear a lot of people like, "Oh, you need to figure out what you want to do. You want to be an R&B singer. You want to be a rapper."
Everybody be trying to put people in the lane.
Nah, man, fuck that. I'm gonna do different shit. Like I want to be able to show people that I'm versatile and I have a lot of different, qualities, abilities, and skill sets. You know what I mean? I can't rap. I can't sing like crazy singers. So, I'm all right. I can hit a couple of notes. But I definitely think I'm probably more stronger rapping and writing too. So I feel like I'm learning that I can actually write pretty good. I've wrote some verses from people on some of my tracks as well too. So who knows? That might be another.
So if the viewers are listening to your music, what do you want them to take away from the type of music that you're putting out?
That I'm genuine, that I'm real. So a lot of my music, I'm gonna talk about real life experiences.
Love that.
At the end of the day, I'm gonna always talk about something people can relate to.
Okay.
Even when I do like my real estate stuff, I'm gonna be giving people gems, knowledge. Like I want people to take away something, a gem, a verse, something that stuck with them, something that was catchy, something that made them happy.
Right.
I definitely want people to be able to, when I hear my music, they're gonna be able to dance.
Twerk.
Yeah, there'll definitely be some twerking. You probably won't hear me say the word twerk a lot, but you're gonna be able to probably twerk to some music
Yeah.
for sure, right? But I want you to be able to dance, feel joy, and then just vibe out.
Okay,
You know what I
so
mean? So most of my music, you're gonna definitely hit one of those three for sure.
they talk about music has different frequencies. So the type of frequency, and music also has spells because you got people repeating what you're saying or whatever.
Yeah,
So people
absolutely.
get hooked into the trance of the music. So your goal is to create positive, happy music
Yeah.
that people can vibe out
Positive
to
vibes.
about some real things that's going on in life.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me ask you this: what do you want your legacy to be?
I want my legacy to be that I set several generations below me up for their legacies.
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Time out. Say it again.
I said I want my legacy to be that I set up several generations below me up for their legacies.
I love
When I
that.
leave this earth, I want my kids, they kids, they kids, and they kids, and some cousins, and stuff like that, to be able to prosper off of the empire that I built.
Yeah.
So that's the mission I'm on.
I wanted to double back on something because we were talking about, family members and people were passing away, right? And that we're only here in life for a moment.
Absolutely.
Shout out to my guy, Amir Suleiman. There is a poem, and I'll be tearing this poem up, so I'm going to paraphrase it, right? Because there's just this one part, even though the whole poem was fire, that really just,
It's always that one line that
Yeah, he said,
sticks.
do you not know that death has mounted its steed? And death has been chasing you since the day you were born. The question is, will it find you in your purpose or your excuses? And I said, wow,
That's deep.
bro,
Deep.
because one day we're all gonna go.
Yeah.
But the question is, how? Are you working on becoming the best version of you, or are you making excuses of not being who you could be? Because there's a price to be paid.
Yeah, every day you have a choice what you want to do with it. So one thing I always try to tell myself too, and I know I fall into this trap as well, is
Yeah,
no matter what happened the day before, I could choose to make my life a lot better today.
yeah,
So when I get that blessing, when I wake up in the morning, what am I going to do with this day, no matter what happened yesterday, no matter what kind of bad thing happened, what kind of crazy negative thing happened or positive thing that happened.
Yeah.
You can wake up the next day and still be, stressed out, even though you had a great day the day before. Our mind works in mysterious ways. So every day that you wake up, choose how the outcome of that day is going to be,
right.
and live in that purpose. And I think if you live like that, you're going to be fine. Don't let the previous day affect your next day. You got to.
I always say this formula, right? Gym time.
A whole bunch of gym. We've been gym time.
You feel me? It's emotional intelligence equals life divided by you.
Love it.
Emotional intelligence equals life divided by you. Well, King, what does that mean? Well, I believe that we come from a creator. And if we come from a creator, that automatically makes us creative, right? So I believe when you were created with the gift of emotions.
Yeah.
When the doctor patted you on the butt, no one told you how to cry. You just cried. Okay, so you're pre-programmed. Happiness, sadness, anger, love, or whatever, right?
Right.
Cool. So your emotions are your superpowers. But there's a difference between having emotions and being emotional. Have you ever got emotional in a situation because you felt some type of way and did something that you regretted doing when you no longer felt that way? I'm pretty sure we've all been there, right?
Absolutely. All been there.
There's a huge difference between having emotions and being emotional. And the difference between your emotions and being emotional is your emotional intelligence. Cool. Equals life. Emotional intelligence. So now we have life, right?
There you go.
In life, you're going to have good experiences and bad experiences, right? And you are the common denominator of your own life. So how you choose to feel about your good experiences and how you choose to feel about your bad experiences, you'll create your own heaven and hell, because everything that happened good to you, you were there.
Yeah.
Everything that happened bad to you, you were there. So, in your free will of how you choose to deal with whatever that experience is, based off of your emotional intelligence, you will create what you see today in front of you on how you choose to feel. Because yes, you can choose to get angry, but you don't have to stay angry. And that's why I love Lisa Nichols. She says, let your pain become your gasoline to your automobile of success. So it's okay to be mad. It's okay to get angry. It's okay to have rage. Know how you use that makes all the difference.
Facts.
Can you take that and let that motivate you to become something that you've never seen before? For all my Bible thumpers, it says you should renew your mind daily because you're in spiritual warfare. And when you renew your mind daily, that's an opportunity to change your life. The question is, will you? What will you choose?
Got to.
You feel me? And it's cool because I think it's Pixar made that movie Inside Out.
Yeah.
When all the different emotions take control.
The little animated one.
Right? Yeah. And every emotion was important. Every emotion had its own role. But how you use the emotion and how you allow the emotion to take over you is up to you. How will you use your emotion? So I love the fact that you said you go through your different storms, but when you wake up the next day that you choose not to allow yesterday to affect you.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I think that's pretty dope. So
Yes, I love it.
let me ask you this one more last question because I just appreciate you, one, being here. I appreciate your friendship. If there's any financial gems that you could drop, because I know you said you wanted to create it 7 layers deep of legacy. You know what I mean? What financial gems could you give to an upcoming person who's interested in real estate or someone who's struggling in their finances that just want to do better? What's something, give them a nice little Costco sample of if you tried this, this could start changing the trajectory of where you're going in life?
Yeah, absolutely. When it comes to real estate, it's all about setting yourself up for success. You know, most real estate opportunities is commission only. So, you know, that means you're not eating unless you close some transactions. So you want to set yourself up for success. Don't dive in head first. If you already have a job, keep that job. You know, do real estate part-time until you get to the point where the income for real estate outweighs your regular job.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that don't necessarily have to be a regular job. You can do Uber, you can drive Lyft, you can do all these different things, you know what I mean, that where you can have passive income, where you can control your time, that you do both jobs. And so you want to kind of be creative with your time. Time blocking is definitely important. You know, you're trying to get into any type of job, but if you want to have multiple jobs, then you definitely have to be able to
some type of structure, some type of system.
You got to have structure when it comes to time blocking daily. At the end of the day, so it's all about knowing what your capabilities are as well too. Like what are you good at?
Right.
Like don't go and try to recreate yourself. If you know you don't like talking to people, you probably want to find some type of job where you don't have to be in people's face all the time.
Right.
You know what I mean? You on the back end. If you like talking to people, you're a great talker, and people can relate to you, people gravitate to you, then you definitely want to find something where you're out there and always in people's faces because, you know, we call it breaking bread with people. You know, you're going to be out there networking, going out to eat, doing events, whatever it is, and that's how you're going to grow your business. So find out what works for you, what type of person you are, and then make moves based off of that. Don't just try to do something. You saw somebody else be successful. Everybody's not the same. We don't always, you know, what works for you may not work for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? So find what works for you. That's the biggest thing in real estate. Find what works for you. There's all kind of different formulas, different ways, and different avenues you can go to make money in business, period, not just real estate. At the end of the day. So that's for anything. Find what works for you and to become an expert at that.
Quote me if I'm wrong, right? Well, don't quote me if I'm wrong. But I could have sworn earlier you said while you did real estate that you started doing songs and you started rapping, you started incorporating your poetry into your real estate. So I love how you took one ability that you were given and you found a way to craft it into, you know, what you're doing now. I think if I was watching Instagram the other day and there's a news anchorman and he takes different hits.
I saw
the
white guy, he does the rap stuff. I saw
so this is how you could take your abilities to make them work. You know what I mean? Like, okay, here's another crazy story, right? I watch X-Men. You ever watch X-Men before?
Absolutely.
Pretty dope.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, and in X-Men, everyone has abilities, right? They all have special abilities. And either you could use your ability for good or you could use it for bad. But when people have abilities, even in X-Men, they got shunned for the abilities. A lot of people were ashamed of their abilities in X-Men, right?
Yeah.
And they didn't know how to want to use it, or they thought they were freaks, or they got, you know what I mean? They allowed someone to speak a spell over them, so they hid their abilities. And then they had to get with Professor X, the good ones, you know what I'm saying, to teach them how to use their abilities in a good way. Or they found someone like Magneto who showed them how to use their abilities for his power of what he thought was right, right?
Absolutely.
So the question that I have, and the reason why I brought up X-Men is, who are you allowing to groom your ability? And what I mean by that is, are you allowing someone to shun your ability, right? Are you allowing someone to help your ability to grow?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because sometimes we can block our own abilities based off of what someone else said, or we can block our own blessings on how we choose to use the ability or not use the ability at all because we're ashamed of it.
Yeah.
Because someone else said, you should be doing this, you shouldn't be doing that, you know what I mean? And you stop using your own talent that you were given,
Absolutely.
right? And so the beautiful thing about abilities is an ability comes with responsibility. And in responsibility is the ability to respond. The question is, will you? Or accountability. You know what I mean? You have to be accountable to your ability. The question is, will you? Because when you can be accountable to your ability and not be ashamed of it, when you can be responsible to your ability and you respond using your abilities will make a way for you.
Facts.
The problem is we're not using our abilities because I want your ability. Oh, no, I want that ability.
Yeah.
Everybody wants someone else's ability instead of just appreciating the own unique ability that they have, because that ability is what's going to take you to where other people can't go.
Yeah.
And it's by design. So the question is, why do you think people don't use their abilities the way they could? Or when you weren't using your abilities, what finally triggered you to start using all these different abilities that you have, from real estate, from music, from business owners, from finances, from military, from being a club owner, from wanting to leave a generational wealth from? How did you take all your abilities that you have? How did you discover them? Because we all discover it differently.
Yeah.
How did you discover your ability? And then how did you start navigating and creating this system to become everything that you're going to go where you're going right now?
Well, one thing about me too is, and this kind of goes back to the humble part, is I'm not afraid to learn from anybody. I don't give a damn if you're 60 or you're 16.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you have some type of ability that can help me build on what I want to do in life, I'm gonna learn from you.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna ask, I'm gonna pick your brain. So that's me. A big part of being humble is being willing to learn, listen, stop talking, listen. That's what I tell my younger self too. Don't talk too much. Listen.
Yeah.
Learn, no matter who it's from, and then know your purpose. And the way I figured out what my purpose was, if you wake up every day and you sing, that's what you love doing. Now, that doesn't mean you can sing good or not or whatever, but if you know there's something that you love doing, then you do it. If you know that every day you're the type of person that everybody gravitates to, you're the type of person that's always helping somebody, you're the person, the go-to person for anything that people need, no matter who it is. Everybody around you knows that you're the person that comes to. You're probably going to do something where along the lines where you're helping people.
Yeah.
So that's where the real estate comes in. I always wanted to teach people and help people become wealthy, build wealth,
Yeah.
and understand how to play the game of life. You know what I mean? And so that's how I knew that I was going to always be doing something with sales. You know what I mean? I can talk, so I have no problem with talking to people. You know what I mean? And I'm a genuine person. I really genuinely like to help people grow, no matter. And that's all different levels.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whether it's fighting for your country, whether it's teaching people about credit, teaching people about home ownership, teaching people about wealth, teaching people how to be good people. You know what I mean? Be a respectful person. So all these different things are all things that I learned about myself growing up. And once you see that these are things that you love doing, that come natural to you, that you do them every day, that's probably your purpose. Yeah. So you got to lean into that and figure out which jobs, you know what I mean, what type of jobs would work for what your purpose is.
Love that.
And if you love doing whatever it is you're doing, that's another sign that this is probably where you need to be.
Right.
You know, don't go to, if you hate your job every day, that's probably not your purpose.
Yeah.
You know, now we all got to do what we got to do at the end of the day to get by until we get to that job. So don't ever stop working and put yourself in a bind because, I'm not happy. No, do what the hell you got to do. Yeah. That's part of growing. That's part of becoming a man or a woman is doing whatever you need to do till you get to where you want to be.
Right.
So that's something that I told my kids. You know, you got to do whatever you got to do to get where you want to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody, Rome wasn't built in a day.
Faith without work is dead. Baby
Exactly.
steps to giant strides.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's not blessed enough to have a hit song that overnight sensation or do this. You know what I mean? So you got to put in that work.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to put in the work. So
Yeah.
a lot of people want to go from 0 to 100. No, you got to hit that 20. You got to hit that 30, 40, 50, 60, 70.
But that happens for some people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But if it don't happen for you, it's
Be okay.
okay.
Yeah, exactly.
You feel me? Because
Exactly.
here's the thing. If you got that same blessing that someone else got, you don't know the rules of engagement that come with that blessing. Because
Exactly.
they say heavy is the crown. And you might not be able to handle the weight of what comes with being in that situation. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, you know, you got to get in the gym of your life and start working out to build that muscle to be able to hold your dream up. You feel me? And the beautiful thing about it is you can't outdream the person who created you. So what you think your dream was, by the time you get there, there's going to be a whole new world.
Absolutely. And another thing about me too is I always just want to, I want to build a legacy, but I just want to, one thing a person said to me that stuck. He said, man, Deon, I just want to be able to go to Disneyland and buy food. And I'm going to be a happy fucking man. And I was like, you know what? When you think about that, that's, you know what I mean? I just want to be able to have enough to do what I want to do. I don't have to have all the riches in the fucking world. I just want to be able to go out with my family, have a good time, and not stress out there today.
Right.
And he's like, I'm going to be a happy man. And so to me, life could be that simple to where don't be greedy.
Yeah.
You know, what's meant for you is for you.
Yeah.
And that's going to always be enough because that's what it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? But if you push yourself to get more, do it. But if you don't, be okay with what you have because you know you gave, as long as you gave it your all.
Yeah.
If you know you didn't push yourself to your limits or you aren't pushing yourself, then yeah, you may not be where you need to be. But if you know you're really going out there and grinding every day, have all these different things, to be okay with the outcome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're not okay with that, means you need to change something within you.
Yeah.
Because you know you're not doing right. That's why you're not okay with it. So.
I love that.
You know what I mean? Don't be greedy.
Stay hungry and humble.
Exactly.
Back to the theme of hungry and humble.
What you have, don't be greedy. Don't be mad. It's not the end of the world. If you want more, go get more.
That's dope, man. Well, I want to thank you for coming on the show. I always drop this quote at the end of every show, and the quote is, "If you died today, would you get an A+ on life's report card?" And only you know the answer to that question. But if not, and you're blessed to see tomorrow, you want to live like it's extra credit. We're all 6 degrees of separation from loving each other, but we choose to be addicted to poison, drama, being toxic. But every day that you wake up is an opportunity to change your future. But it's a closer day to your grave. So what are you waiting for? You should be great with every breath you take, because it could be your last. Trust me, somebody wishes they were alive to have your type of problems. So be grateful for the breath that you're taking. Where can we find you, bro? What's your social media? What's your handles?
You can find me on Facebook at Deon WestBrook. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Mr.D.Luv. That's Mr. space D space L-U-V.
Okay.
Mr.D.Luv. So check me out. You can find me I'm on iTunes as well, Tidal, Spotify, all that different stuff. If you want to check out some of my music.
Yep.
We're definitely about to start dropping a whole bunch of stuff. We just did a song with Kevin McCall recently.
Shout out to Kev. What up, my
that's the
boy?
homie right there.
Yeah.
He performed last night, killed it as usual.
Yeah.
I got another song with one of my boys, Sequence Clark, that's about to come out too, called This Time Around. It's a marriage song. We trying to make that the new Let's Get Married type vibe. So
talk your talk.
Yeah, sir. So it's coming, be ready. But we about to just start dropping and going hard with the music thing. So definitely follow us. You don't want to miss it. I've been blessed enough to be in a lot of circles that I know people who've been in the business for 10, 20 years haven't been able to. And that's what I mean about, take advantage of the blessings you have. And if you're humble and people see that you're a good person, you'll be surprised at what kind of doors get opened up for you. So I'm just thankful for the opportunities I've been given and connections and networks I've been able to be in.
Yes.
And build my net worth because of it.
Yes.
And so I'm taking advantage of it. Look out for the new music. Look out for the real estate vibes. Look out for everything. 2025 gonna look a little different.
Give us a couple of songs that we need to go on. If we go look up your music, what's a couple of songs that we should be looking for?
The one I have out right now is Wine, but I'm actually redoing that song. That's the one I'm redoing with Kevin McCall.
Twerking Wine.
It is, it definitely it is. So I told you, you're gonna be able to dance and twerk all day to several of my songs too. But I got Wine This Time Around. That's one with me and Sequence Clark. That's gonna come out here pretty soon. I got several different songs. A song called Lately, another Afrobeat vibe for sure. dancing. I got a song called Magic City. You know, that's me and my boy Molly McFly. He's the person that got me. No, that was actually not really twerk. It's about Magic City the club, but it's more like a vibe of getting yourself.
They twerk in Magic City though.
You trying to make me out to a twerk music guy? I'm not. You know, we got a whole bunch of stuff. We got Get What You Want, Out the Mud. That's where I talk my shit about coming up in life and all the trials and tribulations that I go through. Growing up in Oakland, all the different things. So I'll talk my shit on there. Might as well have. That's a song where I took Keisha Cole's song Should Have Cheated, but I flipped it from Mel's perspective. Called Might As Well Have. Like, hey, you gonna talk your shit? Let me tell you about what I might as well have.
Yeah.
Man, how you know how
shout out to Keish. Shout out to Keish. We love you.
Sure. Yeah, I gotta tap in with you. We need to talk. But so no, just a lot of different gems like that, man. I think I got some. When people hear my music, they swear I've been in music for a long time, but I'm not. So I feel like that's my sign that I'm onto something.
Let you know you're in your purpose.
The responses I get when I play music lets me know.
Like okay. If they wanted to tap in with you for real estate, or any veterans want to tap in with you, do they reach out to the same thing?
Yeah, you can hit me up on Instagram. I'm gonna give my phone around. Well, actually, my phone is probably 858-382-0856. You can also always tap in with me. Hit me up on any of the real estate. It's not real estate, sorry, the social media outlets. Definitely hit me up. For sure. I'm always down to help and teach you what you need to do. Whether you're a veteran, whether you're not, I do all kinds of different programs from down payment assistance to military to, we call non-quality. Those are not hard money loans, but level below, but they do the same thing. So better interest rate, better opportunities for people. So anything you could think of, I've been doing real estate for over 19 years now. So a lot of experience, a lot of opportunities, and I'm all about helping. It's free. I don't charge anybody a penny to help them build their lives and help them teach them how they can build wealth and to show them where they qualify for. I'm going to go over your credit with you for free, teach you how credit works. And if you don't buy a house with me, you absolutely going to understand your situation, worst case scenario. So you have nothing to lose but so much to gain. It takes nothing but a free phone call. It could potentially change your life.
Pick up the phone.
Hit me up.
Make that call. I'm going to call him and I'm going to keep whooping him on Street Fighter and any game we play. You know what I'm talking about. But nah, real talk. It was great to have you on the show, my boy.
Yeah, you already know.
Pull up, you know what I mean? I'm here with Deon. This is your
sir.
boy, King Jaquell Martin. This is Whispering to Your Soul.
Absolutely.
And that's our show.
Thank you, guys.
You dig.